Has anybody spoke to the government in the Congress or the Senate about this? I haven't seen any hearings. I haven't seen.
No. The COVID hearings have been focused on the Kabuki theater around the Wuhan lab and the wet markets. I mean that for me, I don't care where the virus came from. All I know is we produced a product that seems to be killing, maiming, and disabling untold amounts of people. So we don't need to know the origins of the virus. That seems like Kabuki theater to me and a distraction.
Yeah, I guess if you look at the damage numbers you're talking about, then the big damage came from the vaccine, right?
Yeah, no. So I've said publicly on a number of podcasts that the numbers we're seeing now with the lost work time, the disabilities, and the deaths, we have pandemic numbers today. We are in a pandemic. I call it the vaccinated. And if these numbers were highlighted by all the news organizations like the deaths were in 2020 with the case count and the death count, people would be running around like chickens with their heads cut off because they, listen to the media. But now there's silence on these numbers. These are pandemic numbers we're seeing. But the WHO just said the pandemic's over a couple of weeks ago. Rochelle Walensky, the head of the CDC, resigned the same day. So there seems to be this, I like to use the Homer Simpson meme, Homer Simpson, backing into the hedgerow to disappear. It seems to me that that's what the global authorities hope will happen.
I'm having flashbacks here, Ed, because that same newspaper, The Guardian, that, described Bobby that way, were printing these numbers in 2020. And I mean, I just would wake up every day and they printed them, and it was like, terror porn. And they were just literally terrorizing the nation with these numbers after numbers after numbers that, what the hell did they mean at the end of the day? And it was this way of just constantly instilling fear in everyone about something that really was affecting a very tiny percentage of them. Meanwhile, I'm getting taken off the air. And I'm also, to add insult to injury, Ed, I'm having conversations with like the Great Barrington Declaration people and Bobby Kennedy and all these people that are speaking reason to me. And I see this complete disconnect with the media. And now, like you said, we seem to be seeing it completely the other way, where there's actually a real problem we need to focus on, and it's not being mentioned at all.
Oh, Jamie Foxx had some serious stroke brain injury. The insiders are now coming out and saying that it happened right after he took a shot for a movie he was filming. And people don't want to talk about it. I mean, this is crazy making at this point, and insanity. And they hope that this can go away, but it's not. And again, I can tell by the reception that I used to receive, where I was considered crazy, to thank you so much, is what I'm seeing now when I go out and about on the island of Maui. More and more people recognize me. I go to the beach. I'm not a celebrity, but people approach me on the beach. And my friends are like, wow, that's weird. I go, well, that's good news, because it means, there's an awakening going on. And, I did a little analysis of Maui deaths, just straight up deaths. I didn't analyze it, but every year since 2019, deaths on Maui have gone up while the population has decreased since 2019 by about 2%. I was on a radio show on the island of Kauai. A woman who runs that radio show, Felicia Caldwell, she's also a council woman on the Kauai advisory board, and she did the same analysis on her island, and deaths have gone up every year since 2019. And again, this is not rigorous analysis. These are small islands. Population of Maui is 150,000. But whatever has happened just in the islands of Hawaii, the health response is causing more people to die each year, more so than the previous year. So again, and we're seeing this in other countries as well, especially Australia. I'm going to Australia next week to do an event in Perth, 2,500 people auditorium. It sounds like it's going to sell out. I'm going to show the Australians that their excess deaths in 2022 are about 16%, versus, I think, 4% in 21 and minus 2% in 2020. So whatever they're doing there is causing a rise. And again, had these numbers occurred in 2020, we would have been told about them, but now it's crickets. And if people were unvaccinated and dying suddenly, let's just assume that was going on. I suspect the media would be highlighting that and shouting from the rooftops, but they're not. So this is, I think, the biggest fraud and crime I've ever seen in my financial career. And I think it's probably in your career too. I mean, I used to see a lot of fraud on Wall Street. This is fraud. This is multi-system fraud. This is, pharmaceutical fraud, regulatory fraud, media fraud, healthcare fraud. It's fraud across the board. I've never seen anything quite like it.
So Jim Rickards has just recorded a video that's not available to anyone in the public, and he's going to be talking about how this upcoming recession is going to be fast, it's going to be bloody, it's going to be nasty. But at the same time, he's going to show you how you can position yourself to profit from all of this chaos. Now, we've made this video only available to our viewers. Go to londonreal.tv/Jim. Watch that immediately. I can't say enough good things about Jim Rickards. He understands the global economic system better than any guest I've ever had on London Real. His predictions are almost uncannily true, and you can learn how to profit from his vision, from his expertise, and his understanding of economics. So go to londonreal.tv/Jim or click the link below. It's an excellent, excellent look on what's going to happen in the future and how you can position yourself to profit from that. Jim is one of the best in the business, one of my favorite guests on London Real, and he's very, very good at predicting the future and showing us all to profit from it. So click the link, and I hope you enjoy. The greedy bankers are about to do it again. In 2008, they crashed our financial system and nearly bankrupted the entire global economy. Then they received trillions of dollars in government bailouts. And after, they demanded fat bonuses paid for by you, the taxpayer.
It turns out the banks haven't just been screwing the American taxpayers, they're also screwing over their investors. Turns out the banking industry is the worst place you could put your money, despite enormous taxpayer bailouts.
Now the bankers are back to take away your financial freedom. They lie and tell you that cryptocurrency isn't safe. They try to make it illegal for you to choose how to invest your hard-earned money. They lie and say cryptocurrency is used by money launderers and criminals. But look at the record. It's the banks themselves that launder hundreds of billions of dollars every year to the biggest criminal operations in the world.
Leaked documents have revealed how some UK banks have helped criminals, money launderers and Russians under sanctions.
American authorities discovered that the Sinaloa cartel moved $881 million through HSBC accounts as bank officials turned a blind eye to the illegality.
The bankers lie and say cryptocurrency is not a real investment. Meanwhile, the smartest CEOs in the world are buying billions and billions of it. The truth is that banks lie about cryptocurrency because it makes them scared. The banks take $9 trillion per year of your hard-earned money, and they are worried that they will finally be exposed. They're scared because crypto means they can no longer control your money, which means they can no longer control you. They are scared because you might actually understand your money and intelligently decide what to do with it. Now is the time for us to come together, fight back, and take control. It's time to educate ourselves, our families, and our communities. Because financial education means financial freedom. We know that cryptocurrencies will help us build the new decentralized financial system of the future. A banking system that is of the people, by the people, and for the people. A banking system where access to finance is a fundamental human right. A banking system that is free and fair and welcomes all humans on this earth. The DeFi revolution is happening. We, the people, can no longer be fooled. We choose to take control of our finances. We choose to take control of our freedom. we choose to take control of our future. Join us, and let's take back our financial freedom forever.